Are we filming? Yes, we are. So welcome to a mail time. I've just got back from Flatability HQ, and I've taken the label off for security. I've had a sneak peek just to see what's in here, but this is not from Amazon, not from Cult Pens, C-U-L-T. This is from Pure Pens. I have bought several things in the past from this company in the UK. Very, very good. Very, very good. And I can recommend them. And I'll leave some links in the description, as usual. So what have we got here? It's a bit of an ink fest at the moment. And I'll show you what I've got in here. The ubiquitous lollipop. Lots of companies do this. It's a nice touch. I'm not into lollipops, but I know someone that is, so I will give it to her. Okay, let's just check. Let's just check off camera that I've got everything. One, two, okay, yes. Right. First of all, Waterman ink, and I'm going to show you the writer's blood as well. Why have I got these two? Why have I got these two out first? Well, first of all, the writer's blood. It's a bit of a nostalgic trip for me. It's a bit unusual, but it adds a bit of colour and it appeals to my sense of humour. I got into trouble for writing with this coloured ink at school 45 years ago. But that's the rebel in me. So this is the first time for 45 years I'm going to be using this colour ink. So we'll see. The Waterman. Now, I like my Waterman Florida Blue, which they've changed the name. I can't remember it's not called Florida Blue now, so we'll see. But I'm keen to try this intense black. So we'll see. So what else have we got? We've got some Diamene teal. By the way, Diamene, if you're not, if you are unfamiliar with the brand, it's they've been going in the UK since 18 something or other. So highly respected. But teal, another one very unusual, at least for me. But I'm going to start trying, apart from testing different inks on different types of paper, I want to try to add a bit of colour to my journals by having different entries in different colours, so it's easy to distinguish and gives a bit of variety. Hopefully it will interest my future generations of my family if they decide to keep and read my journals. You never know. Okay, Noodlers. This is a blue ink, and it's... God, I've got so many card boxes down here. I need to sort out the studio. But this is supposed to be anti-feather. I've not tried this before, but I'm not a fan of featherings. so this, as I understand it, it's pretty good on cheap paper, and since a lot of the paper I use is cheap, I'm very, very keen to try this. So all will be revealed soon. And then finally, we've got actually not finally, because I've taken something out of the package already, which is some silicone grease, because I am in the habit of sailing on a wing and a prayer with this. This This is a bit of a lash up with a Kaweco Sport, but I'm holding ink just in the body of the barrel. And so there is a risk of the ink leaking out. So there's no cartridge or cartridge converter. It is purely being held in the barrel. And so I want to use some silicone grease to give me some sort of protection against the risk of leaking in my pocket. Why have I got a brown cap with a green body? Well, I'll explain all later on in another video. Okay, so we got some grease here. But finally, this is the one I've been waiting for a while. I've been resisting, because it's a lot of ink, and I'm not going to use very much of it anytime soon. I've been resisting the temptation to get some of this. But let me show you. First of all, there's a long list here of Noodler's inks. I'll have a look at that later. Ink is something I'm sort of getting into, as you're probably aware, partly for my own enjoyment and partly for testing purposes. And why not? Why not? You can't have too much ink. You get a free pen, a Noodler's pen. I've not had a Noodler's pen before, but as you can see, it's a very, very simple design. You need a bit of silicone grease, but again, you're effectively should be all right using the barrel to hold the ink, using like a pipette to fill it. Gonna add that to my collection. But here is the ink. This is the one I've been looking out for some time. Noodler's Heart of Darkness. Black is the ink that I use most commonly, but I am getting into some colours. This is a bulletproof ink that is permanent, creates a chemical reaction with the actual fibres of the paper, and so it's irreversible. But I want to see this black, because I've got several black inks, but I want to see what this is like. Yeah, how much? How it says 4.5 fluid ounces. Well, I don't know what that is in milliliters, but it's a big bottle. It's a big bottle. So that's basically what I have to show you and share. Just as a teaser for a future video, why am I getting so many inks? Well, partly because I'm enjoying ink with my journal, and even notes, and I've got all these different pens, as you know. But I am about to share with you my testing. This is a sneak peek of how I'm going to test inks on paper. So these are Papermate cheap, and when I mean cheap, they're less than £1 or around about £1. And you can see what I'm going to do. So I just want the same pen, and I've obviously got to choose a cheap pen if I'm going to do this, but the same pen with different inks, using different paper, and I'll share with you consistently use the same testing process, just to see how these inks shape up on different papers. But anyway, that's a sneak preview of that. But until my next video, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.